get back to the debt power grab and calls for President Obama to step around Congress and increase the debt ceiling simply by using the 14th Amendment to the Constitution. You know who's here. I mentioned the word Constitution, and it's got to be Judge Andrew Napolitano.
Good morning, Stuart. Happy Monday.
What you may not have been expecting was that I would have my trusty U.S. Constitution in hand.
I'm not surprised, and in fact quite pleased.
I'm sure you are. Section 4 of the 14th Amendment. The validity of the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned. Is that sufficient authority for the President of the United States to say, don't you question our debt, we're going to raise the ceiling, period?
Absolutely not.
It's not?
No, because the Constitution itself says that only Congress can raise money, only Congress can spend money, and only Congress can borrow money. The President knows that. Every single president, from Woodrow Wilson to Barack Obama, when they want to raise money, goes to the Congress and gets permission for it. Prior to Woodrow Wilson, when the government wanted to borrow money, Congress needed to approve each and every borrowing. So they needed to approve the identity of the bondholder, the person that was actually loaning it, and the terms of the loan. From 1917 on, Congress just said, okay, you can borrow another $25 billion, you divide it up and get the money however you want. And the president knows that. That phrase, and the public debts of the United States shall not be questioned, has this historical context. The 14th Amendment is one of the three post-Civil War amendments. So in order for the seceding southern states to return to the Union, they had to agree to adopt the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments. Okay. The 14th Amendment says the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned because one of the debts that the federal government still had to pay after the Civil War was the debt incurred by fighting the Civil War. Okay. And who was going to pay that? The returning southern states, okay, as well as the northern states.
Locked them in.
Correct. It prevented them from saying, we're not going to pay our assessment in a pre-income tax era, a blessed era in American history, pre-income tax. When the feds needed money, they assessed the states money based upon the population of the state. This prevented the southern states from saying, we're not going to comply with this assessment because this is to pay vendors who sold you material that you used to attack us with. It prevented them from that.
Now, real fast, this is an end run round Congress, is it not? If the president tried to do this,
if it were to happen, it would be a profound end run around Congress. And I would ask you, who would lend money to the United States of America without the full faith and credit of the government to promise to pay it back? It's just the president's promise. He's not going to be president forever.
Well, he would send an extremely negative message to investors and governments and people all around the world that you've just given the president has taken a blank check for the White House, right, and this president is in a spending mood. It would send a terrible message around the world.
I think that this is a political threat by the Democrats.
So you think it's just a threat?
Yes.
If push comes to shove at the last minute, do you think the president will do it? Yes or no?
No, I don't think he will do it. It would wreak havoc on the bond markets. It would be profoundly unlawful. The promise to repay wouldn't be worth the paper that it wasn't written on because president can't issue a note on his own. The Constitution couldn't be clearer.
All right, Judge.
Now, the question is, when's the last time Mrs. Pelosi and company read the Constitution?
I have no answer to that question whatsoever. Judge, thank you very much indeed. We're glad to have you on the show a bit earlier than usual this morning.
Happy to be here.
Appreciate it.